Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I do natural hair videos. So if you are interested in learning how to grow your hair long, healthy, and strong, consider hitting that subscribe button and then hitting that notification bell, and we'll be on the way to a long, healthy hair journey. Okay, so today I am going to be going over my top tips as to how you can make sure that your wash and go is always popping and going to turn out bomb. Okay, so I'm not going to be rambling. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight into the tips. And if you guys see me looking down or to the side or anything, I have my notes here, and yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So my first tip as far as how you can ensure that your wash and go is always going to turn out popping is to make sure that you are using a technique or a method that works for you. And what I mean is, we always have our favorite natural hair influencers that we watch. You can watch their videos and you can steal stuff from their routine. So what I've done is I've kind of taking little tidbits. Okay, I can normally do like the raking method and the praying hands method throughout my whole entire head, but when I get to this front section right here, I normally shingle a few strands just to make sure that my curls are actually popping, and that kind of helps minimize the frizz. So I know what my hair needs in order to make sure that my wash and go is popping. I'm not going to follow African Beauty's wash and go routine to a T and then wondering why my wash and go is not coming out the way I want it to. It's because my hair is not the same as hers. So the things that she does to her hair is not going to necessarily work for my hair, simply because we have two different textures, we have two different hair densities, porosities, everything about our hair is different. Outside of our curl pattern being type 4, I need to make sure that I am doing the things that my hair likes. So that's the same thing you need to do, is you need to make sure that you're doing things that your hair likes. If you notice that every single time you do the raking method that your wash and goes don't come out the way that you want it to, or it's not as defined as you want it, then you might need to switch up your technique. You just need to make sure that you are taking the time to figure out what it is that your hair likes and what it needs, and you're coming in and you're tweaking it. You can follow your hair influencer, your favorite hair influencer routine. You just need to make sure that you're tweaking it here and there so it fits your hair. So my tip number 2 to make sure that your wash and go always ends up popping is to make sure that you are starting on freshly detangled hair. Okay, you don't understand how important that is. Your products are going to absorb into your hair better. You are going to see your curl definition a lot better because your curls are tangled around each other. It's just going to be easier, like I said, to work the products through and everything, because the whole thing with wash and goes is you are trying to capture your natural curl pattern and enhance it with the products. So if my hair is tangled, you're not going to really see my natural curl pattern, right? You want to make sure that your hair is thoroughly detangled and you are capturing your natural curl pattern, and the products, the styling products, all that is just holding it in place and it's enhancing it. So you want to make sure that your hair, you're starting off with freshly detangled hair, to make sure that those products are absorbing into your hair. It's easier for you to work it through, and you're capturing your natural curl pattern. And also, there are so many steps throughout your wash day before you even get to styling that you've had an opportunity to thoroughly detangle your hair, that by the time you get to styling, it should be a breeze. So you can do it when you're pre-pooing your hair, if you pre-poo, if you have a decent shampoo. I mean, I don't really know that many people that detangle during the shampoo process, but you can if you want to. You can do it during your conditioning session. If you do your deep conditioning section, when you put your leave-in conditioner in. That's 5 different ways right there that you can try and make sure that your hair is thoroughly detangled before you get to the actual styling products and everything like that. Tip number 3 to make sure that your hair is always popping when it comes to your wash and goes is to make sure that you are starting on soaking wet hair. There's so many people that do their wash and goes in the shower, and it's because it's a lot easier to make sure but your hair is soaking wet. Me, I don't do my wash and goes in the shower, but sometimes I do put my leave-in conditioner in the shower, or I put my leave-in conditioner right after I step out of the shower. So my hair is still dripping wet. I don't even put a towel or anything around, or a t-shirt around my hair until after I put the leave-in conditioner in. There are a lot of benefits to that too. Like, one of the benefits alone, just doing that, is you don't use as much product. So you don't realize you don't necessarily need as much products. I know like a lot of us are super heavy-handed when it comes to putting on a product and everything, and you don't necessarily have to be. If your hair is super wet, then the product that you are putting on your hair, it should easily absorb into your hair, and so that makes the process easier, and you're saving your coins because you're not using as much product as you would be. So in the end, you're saving your coins too. So it's a win-win, you know what I'm saying? When I am applying my gels and my creams and everything like that, I have a spray bottle, and like I said, it makes it easier for you to apply the products, for them to absorb into your hair. And also too, like I mentioned before, your whole goal with your wash and go is to capture your natural curl pattern. And a lot of times when your hair is not all the way wet or it's damp, it has a lot of frizz, and so you are going to minimize the amount of frizz that you have if you start on soaking wet hair. Tip number 4 that I have is you are using too big of sections. So that goes into also like tip number 1, as far as you're not using the right methods and technique. Jayla Mitchell, also known as Natural Rain, she has beautiful colored hair, high porosity hair, and so I watch her videos quite a bit, you know, and homegirl real life can take a whole, like this whole little back section, spray it down with water, and then apply her products, and her wash and go is gonna come out popping, okay? Me, Jess, no. I can't do that because my hair gonna be like, girl, you tried it, and it's not gonna be looking defined, it's not gonna be looking fluffy, because I need to make sure that I am getting every single strand, and I am coating every single strand with the product and the gel and everything that I need. I know that me trying to go in and doing a whole section, like my hair is not gonna be detangled enough, my hair is not gonna be coated enough with the product, it's just not gonna turn out good. It's just not gonna turn out good. And one of the things that I noticed that really took my wash and go to the next level outside of doing it on soaking wet hair is doing it in smaller sections. So I know like the styling process, you're trying to like cut corners and everything, but it is if you are trying to achieve a poppin' wash and go, you definitely want to make sure that you are using super small sections, because like I said, every single strand is coated, every single strand has is detangled. You are really enhancing the curls. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at my curls, because I made sure I went into this little section, I went in that little section. I made sure that all my curls were coated with the gel, coated with the leave-in conditioner, everything that I needed. And so that's why my hair came out popping, because you're not gonna sit here and act like it's not popping though. Look at it, look at it. Exactly. So you need to make sure that you're using the appropriate amount of sections, because the whole thing is you just want to make sure that you are thoroughly coating your hair with the products and water. My 5th tip as to why your wash and goes are failing, you are not letting your hair set after you have finished applying your products. So basically what that means is you are not letting your hair dry in the state that it is. You're going in and you're touching stuff, you're moving your head a lot and everything. Just let your hair sit there and do what it's gonna do. Let it dry, and then after it's dried, you can go in and mess with it and manipulate it and stretch it and everything like that. I normally go under my hooded dryer, or either I'm like sitting for like 10-15 minutes to let it air dry for a little bit, and then I go sit under my hooded dryer. But I normally let it do its thing before I start messing around with it. Or every single time I am done with my wash and go, as far as putting the products in, if I'm gonna put it in a pineapple, I put it in a pineapple to let it go ahead and dry in the pineapple state, or either I let it air dry like this, and then I sit under my hooded drying. I just make sure that my hair is at least 75 to 80% dry before I start manipulating it, and even then I still am manipulating it with a blow dryer, so my hair gets 100% wet before I start stretching it, because once you start touching it and everything like that, that's when you get more frizz or more unnecessary frizz and everything like that, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that our hair stays defined and it stays popping. Okay, so tip number 6 is the product combination that you are using is trash. Okay, are you using a moisturizing leave-in conditioner? Are you using a moisturizing cream or moisturizing custard? Or are you using a custard or products that are defining your curls? Like, you need to make sure that you are using products accordingly. Okay, so just like when I was talking about that melanin hair care review, which will be linked up here, one of the things that I said in the review was I believe that they would be summer products. If I'm looking for a more defined look, I'm not going to use that melanin hair care. I might use my Mael curling custard or whatever, because my hair gets super defined when I use a curling custard versus when I'm using the twist elongating cream. So you just want to make sure that you're using products that are going to achieve what you are looking for. So if you're going to use something that's going to make your hair super fluffy and not so defined, you can't be mad when your hair is not defined. You get what I'm saying? And so when it comes to the products, you just really want to make sure that you're using them accordingly. If it's summertime, you want to make sure that you're using lighter products. That's the look that you're going for. In the wintertime, you probably want to make sure you're using heavier products to make sure that your hair stays moisturized longer and it's being more protected from the cold, harsh elements. So you really just want to make sure that the products that you're using, and you want to make sure that they mesh well together, because you don't want flakes. We already know that that's not cute. Okay, we already know flakes are not cute. Okay, and you also want to make sure that they are achieving the things that you want it to achieve. Like, you want to make sure that your hair is moisturized. Okay, you want to make sure that your hair is probably defined, you know. So you want to make sure that the products that you're choosing, one, they mesh well together and that they're going to achieve the things that you want it to achieve. Like I said, if I know that if I use a certain product and it's going to cause a light, airy, fluffy wash and go, and then I'm using it and I'm like, why my wash and go not defined? Girl, what's wrong with you? You see what I'm saying? Tip number 7, which is my last tip, is to start on a clean base. And what I mean by that is to make sure that you are shampooing your hair, you are deep conditioning your hair. Even if you're not shampooing your hair, co-wash your hair. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that you are getting the products from the previous wash and go out of your hair. I normally starting off on a squeaky clean base, and what that means is I normally shampoo my hair and then I deep condition my hair and then I go on into the leave-in cream and then the gel. That's what I do every single time I wash my hair, or I know I'm gonna do a wash and go. That's what I do every single time, simply because for some reason co-washing just doesn't get enough of the product out for me. And every single time I co-wash my hair and try to do a wash and go after that, it just doesn't turn out the way that I would personally like it to. So that's one of the things that I like to do, is to start off with shampoo, whether it's a sulfate-free shampoo or a sulfate shampoo, or you can do ACV rinse or apple cider vinegar rinse. You can do a bentonite clay mask. You just really want to make sure that you are stripping all of the old products out of your hair and making sure that the new products are going to be able to absorb into your hair a lot easier. And I have a bonus tip for you guys. So tip number 8, or a bonus tip, whatever you want to call it, which I don't know if it would apply to everybody, but it will apply to some people. For my bonus tip, it's going to be to trim your hair. Okay, and y'all gonna laugh at me when I say this, because only a crazy person does this, but I trim my hair or I dust my ends every single time I do a wash and go. So if I do my hair every 3 to 5 days, if I need to, I am dusting my ends every 3 to 5 days. And I know that sounds crazy, right? I know, but also too, because you're probably like, how are you retaining length? I'm not going in and cutting off an inch of hair every single time, but if I have a few scraggly ends, like I need to go in and do some, honestly. But if I have a few scraggly ends or ends that's looking crazy and stuff like that, I will go in and I'll just go ahead and snip it, because it's better to just go ahead and cut it off, okay? Because if it's a split end, it's just going to keep splitting. If it's a single strand knot, it's just going to start wrapping around other hair, and then you're going to have to cut off even more. So for me, I know I go ahead and I dust my ends every single time that I'm doing my hair, whether it's during the leave-in conditioner part, if I'm feeling my hair and there's ends that feel rough or just nasty or whatever the case may be, I will go ahead and cut it off. Like, cut it off. I always keep my scissors handy dandy. Like, I'm always cutting my hair, but I'm constantly in my hair with scissors, making sure that the damage or any type of damage that I have, I'm cutting it right on off. I mean, obviously there's times that you need to go in, like every few months, you want to go in and actually do a real trim, but you need to make sure that you are dusting your ends and making sure that those ends look good, okay? Because your ends can make or break your style, whether it's a twist out, a wash and go, a braid out, flexi rod set, anything like that. Your ends can make or break a style. So for me, one of my biggest tips is to make sure that you are dusting off those raggedy, straggedy little ends that you're trying to hang on to because you want some length. But we're not going to talk about that, because if y'all not ready to have that conversation, that's cool. That's cool. I'm just letting you know why your wash and go is trash, okay? So those are all the tips that I have as far as how you can make sure that your wash and go is always going to be on point, always going to turn out poppin', always going to turn out bomb, all that good jazz, okay? So what are some of your favorite wash and go tips? Do you think any of these tips were helpful to you? If so, comment down below. I want to know some of your favorite wash and go tips, or some of your strategies, or some of your favorite methods on how you make sure that your wash and go stays popping. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.